Hey guys, it's Albert here with Apple Obsession, and this is it. The battle or the fight between Facebook and Apple is just getting started in regards to Apple's new change that wants to implement in the coming months on the App Store that is going to be requiring the users to ask for permission, and you're going to have to accept or just not allow if Facebook is going to be able to track you or not. This is huge. Data is becoming so important, so drop a like if you are excited for this story. Hit subscribe for more. Let's jump right into it. So basically, this is how the story goes. Apple made an announcement saying that in the coming months, so in 2021, they would be releasing an update for the App Store that whenever you were to download an app, they would be asking you for permission basically, but if you agree that Facebook would be tracking your data. So they are not saying that Facebook is not going to be able to do that anymore. It's just, a window that is going to pop up that is going to ask for your permission, and you're going to be able to allow it or not allow it. So obviously it's a 50-50 question. And that brought Facebook into those heavy announcements and criticizing Apple, basically because if you look into Facebook business, mostly it's targeted ads. And that comes from following and tracking the data of all the users, so that they know which ads to put there, and that is what's giving them millions and millions of dollars. And Facebook, instead of just obviously saying, hey, that's gonna hurt us a lot, obviously that's, 70% of our business, 60% of our business, they are claiming that a lot of small businesses, which I'm not saying that I don't agree, but obviously Facebook is using that to not just, hey, Apple, as Facebook, we don't agree with you. And they are claiming that small businesses are going to be suffering a lot from that because they make most of their revenue with targeted ads. So the fact that the users are going to be able to choose if they want Facebook to track their data or not, obviously that's going to compromise those small businesses. But Apple responded with Tim Cook, obviously, as the response, they are always, straight and just giving the reasons why. Tim Cook said, well, we are not telling the users not to allow you to track them. We're just giving them the chance. We're standing up for our users. We want them to know what's going up, behind the scenes. That Facebook is getting a lot of information from you. If you're fine with that, perfect. Just when we ask for permission, you allow it. But if you're not fine with that, you can also click that. And yes, obviously, small businesses, but mainly Facebook, they're going to see the consequences in terms of targeted ads, so less revenue. But the problem here comes that there's been a lot of talks and there hasn't been an agreement in terms of laws in the States, in any country about, the customers. We are unprotected. All our data is being collected from those third-party apps for Facebook, for other companies. And obviously then, when we see announcements related to what we like, what we're looking, what we're searching, it's all because of that. So, because there's no protection and no agreement and no laws, obviously Facebook is taking advantage of that, and that's how they are operating, and it's the main business for them. And then Apple, as you know, the company based on California, they've always been super transparent, and they've always been about privacy for the users, protecting the users, everything being so secure. When they announce any new products, they make sure that privacy is one of the main things that they just tell you guys, hey, this is building the best privacy, it's secure for you, it's, new encryption, so it's protecting all your data. But that's not enough because, a device, a MacBook, an iPhone, an iPad, an Apple Watch, it might be protecting the data from potential hackers or for, potential illegal stuff. But obviously the apps that you install, the apps that you download, they're still following and tracking everything from you. And obviously Apple has not much to do with that. That's why they released this announcement. Because they believe that the users, first, they should be aware of what data is Facebook and all the other companies collecting from you. And that's a lot. And now there's an option, and you're going to see it here in the screen, that you can see it, and it's truly impressive. There's so many things that all these companies know about us that we don't even realize. And that's their main business. So obviously Facebook felt that with this Apple's announcement, the main business for them is going to be hugely compromised. Obviously then, we have to see that if we look in Google and we search the most valuable asset in 2020, we see that since 2018 it was oil and it changed to data. So data, guys, it's everything. YouTubers make money from AdSense, which is basically ads. Facebook makes money from that. Twitter, all the companies that are out there, digital companies that make tons of money. Most of the revenue, or a huge part of it, comes from tracking the users, knowing what they are up to, what they like, what they want, and then targeting ads to make sure that these users, buy this specific stuff. And that's a chain. It makes money for Facebook. It makes money for the company that is, advertising there because you're going to buy from them. So it's a huge chain. And Apple is not saying that it wants to break that. He just wants to make sure that the users that have an iPhone, that are buying something in the App Store, that are downloading something that it comes from an Apple product, so Apple is involved, those users need transparency. Those users need to know what they are exposed to, what's going on with their data, with everything, personal information, places that they visit, places that they go to it, everything that is there on their phone. And Apple is standing for those users. Obviously, Apple doesn't want to get in trouble with Facebook or anyone, but it's true that when this is going to come, if it ends up coming, I'm sure that Apple is going to proceed with their plan, it's a 50-50. So I think most of the users, when you download something and they tell you, oh, read this small agreement, you just put accept and you move forward because you actually want the app, you want the product, you want it going on, working. So I'm thinking that 70% or 80% of the users are just going to, yes, allow this permission, so Facebook is going to still continue to track your data. But there's going to be those users, those tech users, nerd users like myself, like obsessed with tech, they're going to say, okay, let's see what Facebook is up to. And they're going to see everything that is tracking. And they're going to say, no, I'm not allowing Facebook to just get that much information from me. And I'm thinking that that's what's going to hurt Facebook, It's not going to be 50% of the people, but maybe 20%, 15% of the people. But still, I think that they cannot blame Apple for doing this, We are in 2020 going to 2021. We deserve the right to know everything that is going on behind the scenes. And Apple is just doing that for that. So I think Facebook, you're gonna lose, guys. You can complain, you can involve small businesses, you can put all the reasons, but it's just Apple is looking for transparency and wants to give transparency to us. So that was all for today, guys. I think that it's a war that's just getting started, Apple versus Facebook. Obviously, we'll see new developments, we'll see how is Facebook strongly advertising against this new Apple thing to make sure that it doesn't happen moving forward. But that was all for today, guys. Drop a like if that was exciting for you, hit subscribe for more. I'll catch you very soon in my next video.